Hello. Welcome back to English Flow Podcast. This is not a new episode. This is a deeper step. If you are listening now, it means you stayed. And staying matters. Today, we are not talking about words. We are not talking about rules. We are not talking about improvement. Today, we are talking about a shift. A quiet one. The kind that happens when you stop pushing and something inside you starts moving on its own. Take a breath. Not a deep one. Just a normal breath. Good. Let's begin. There is a moment every learner reaches. It does not come with excitement. It does not come with celebration. It comes quietly. It is the moment you stop asking, "Am I doing this right?" And you start feeling, "This feels familiar." Not easy. Not perfect. Familiar. That moment is important. Because it means your mind is changing its relationship with English. You are no longer visiting it. You are staying. Think about how you listened before. You were alert. Tense. Waiting to catch mistakes. Now listen to yourself. Your shoulders are lower. Your breathing is slower. You are not hunting meaning. You are allowing it. This is the inner shift. Let me tell you something honest. Fluency does not start when you speak more. It starts when you need less control. Control is heavy. Control is tiring. And you are tired because you have been controlling every sound, every sentence, every pause. Now, something is loosening. And that is good. Picture this. You hear English. Not clearly. Not completely. But instead of panic, you feel curiosity. You don't freeze. You stay present. That presence is more powerful than perfect understanding. You are not trying to win English. You are letting it walk beside you. There is another change that most people miss. Your inner voice is softer now. Before, it judged. It corrected. It rushed you. Now, it says, "Take your time." That voice is your real progress. You don't repeat sentences in your head anymore. You sense meaning. You recognize tone. You feel intention. This is not studying. This is awareness. Let's slow this down. You are listening to me now. You are not translating. You are not stopping me. You are flowing with me. That is proof. Many people believe they need more vocabulary. They don't. They need less resistance. And resistance fades when trust grows. You are beginning to trust that you don't need to understand everything to continue. That is maturity. There is no finish line here. There is only deeper comfort. Let's sit with this for a moment. No lesson. No task. Just listening. Just being here. English is not something you perform. It is something you carry. And you are carrying it now. Quietly. Naturally. This chapter is about permission. Permission to pause. Permission to be incomplete. Permission to stay. You are allowed to stay. In the next part of this chapter, we will move outward. From inner calm to outer presence. From silence to gentle interaction. Not pressure. Not performance. Just movement. Stay here. We are only beginning. Stay with me. Do not lean forward. Do not try harder. Just stay. Because now, something subtle begins to happen. Your attention changes. Before, your attention was narrow. tight, focused on correctness. Now, it opens. You start noticing rhythm, pauses, emphasis. You don't hear English as pieces anymore. You hear it as motion. Imagine standing in a room. People are talking. Not to you. Around you. You don't understand every sentence. But you understand the situation. You know who is relaxed. Who is serious. Who is joking. That understanding does not come from words. It comes from presence. And presence is what we are building now. This is important. Most learners think, if I don't understand everything, I am failing. That thought is heavy. Let it go. Understanding everything has never been the goal. Being able to stay has always been the goal. You are learning how to remain when clarity is incomplete. That skill is what fluent speakers use every day. They don't catch every word either. They stay. They adjust. They move on. Let's slow this moment. Right now, you are listening. You miss a phrase. Do you stop? No. You continue. That is presence. Presence is not effort. Effort tightens you. Presence softens you. And a soft mind learns faster than a tense one. Think about walking. You don't plan each step. You don't control each muscle. You trust your body. Language works the same way. You don't need to command it. You need to allow it. Now, imagine yourself in a simple situation. You enter a place. Someone looks at you. They speak. You don't panic. You don't rush. You listen. You answer with what you have. That is not bravery. That is comfort. Comfort grows when you stop measuring yourself. There is no score. No test. There is only interaction. Let me say something clearly. You are not behind. You are exactly where a real speaker begins. Not where a student sits. Notice your breathing. Still steady. Notice your body. Still calm. This state is more valuable than any list of expressions. When you speak from this place, your voice changes. It becomes slower, lower, more grounded. People listen more to grounded voices. Even with simple language. You are developing a speaking presence, not just speaking ability. This is rarely taught. But it is felt immediately. You don't need to impress. You don't need to explain perfectly. You only need to stay engaged. Engagement is what creates connection. Now, let's sit in silence for a few seconds. No thinking. No labeling. Just sound. Just rhythm. Just presence. Good. This is the state we will carry forward. Because in the next part, something changes again. We move from observing to participating. From listening safely to responding gently. Not suddenly. Not forcefully. Naturally. Stay with me. Stay exactly where you are. Do not prepare. Do not repeat. Do not search for meaning. Let meaning come to you. Because something important is happening now. For a long time, you carried a habit. A silent habit. Every sound you heard had to pass through another language before it felt safe. That habit protected you. But now, it is no longer necessary. And habits that are no longer necessary begin to fade. You may notice it slowly. A sentence reaches you, and you understand it without knowing how. No steps. No inner explanation. Just recognition. That moment is not magic. It is permission. Translation was never your enemy. It was your bridge. But you don't live on bridges. You cross them. And you are crossing now. Let's talk honestly. Your mind does not want speed. It wants relief. And translation is tiring. It pulls language apart when language wants to move whole. Notice what happens now. You hear my voice. You are not repeating it. You are not labeling it. You are receiving it. This is direct contact. Direct contact is where confidence begins. Not loud confidence. Not visible confidence. Internal confidence. The kind that does not shake when a word is missing. At first, your mind may resist. It may say, "Wait, I didn't check that." Let it speak. Then let it pass. You do not need permission from every thought. There is a rhythm to understanding. When you translate, you break that rhythm. When you trust, you keep it. Imagine listening to music. You don't stop the song to analyze each note. You let it move you. Language works the same way when you stop interrupting it. You are not becoming careless. You are becoming responsive. Responsive minds adapt. Controlled minds freeze. Now, something else begins to change. Your responses shorten. You do not search for long answers. You answer with what fits. That is how real conversations work. Short responses are not weakness. They are accuracy. They show presence. They show understanding. You may notice silence no longer scares you. You pause. You breathe. You continue. Pauses are not mistakes. They are part of flow. Flow does not mean fast. Flow means unblocked. And something inside you is no longer blocked. Let this sink in. You are not learning English anymore. You are relating to it. Relationship changes everything. In relationships, you don't control. You respond. You listen. You adjust. You stay. This is why forcing fluency never works. Fluency is not force. It is familiarity. And familiarity grows through calm exposure. Right now, you are exposed. Calmly. Safely. And your mind is accepting it. This chapter was not about speaking. It was about allowing. An allowance creates space. Space is where language grows. We have completed the inner shift. From effort to presence. From translation to recognition. From control to flow. In the next chapter, we step into the world. Voices. Situations. Movement. You will not prepare. You will participate. Stay with me. This journey is becoming real now. If you stayed until now, you did something rare. You did not rush forward. You allowed depth. And now, we move. Not quickly. Not dramatically. But clearly. Chapter 2 begins not with a lesson, but with motion. Because language does not live in stillness. It lives where people move, where moments change, where attention shifts. And you are ready for that now. Imagine this. You step outside. Not as a learner. Not as a guest. As yourself. The world does not slow down for you. And that is good. Because you are no longer waiting for perfect conditions. You are entering imperfect ones. Sounds surround you. Footsteps. Distant voices. A door opening. Someone laughing. You don't translate these sounds. You recognize them. Recognition is faster than understanding. And speed is not the goal. Continuity is. You walk. Your body knows where it is going. Your mind stays open. This openness is what allows language to pass through you without resistance. Someone speaks nearby. You don't catch the sentence, but you catch the intention. That is enough. You don't stop. You don't panic. You stay in motion. Motion teaches the mind to let go. When you move, you don't overthink. You respond. And response is the heart of communication. Let's pause here. Notice something important. You are not waiting for English to start. English is already happening. Around you. Through you. Now, a small interaction appears. Someone looks at you. Not intensely. Not seriously. Just a moment. They say something simple. You answer simply. No preparation. No delay. And then it passes. This is how real usage works. Brief. Unplanned. Natural. Not every interaction is a performance. Most are transitions. And transitions build comfort. Comfort does not arrive through repetition. It arrives through normality. When English becomes normal, fear disappears. You keep moving. A question appears. You answer with what feels right, not what sounds impressive. Rightness matters more than range. Here is a truth most courses never say. You don't need to express everything. You need to express enough. Enough to move forward. Enough to stay connected. Your voice may still hesitate. That's fine. Hesitation is not failure. It is alignment catching up. As you move through the day, something interesting happens. You stop noticing English as a separate activity. It blends into walking, into listening, into reacting. Blending is the sign of integration. And integration is stronger than memorization. Let's sit with this idea. You are not switching modes anymore. You are not saying, now I use English. You are simply responding when response is needed. That is participation. And participation changes identity. Identity is not decided by level. It is decided by involvement. You are involved now. Your attention stays wide. You don't fixate. You let moments pass. You let sounds pass. You let words pass. And some of them stay. Those that stay do not ask permission. They settle. Quietly. In the next part of this chapter, we will slow the world down slightly. Not to study it, but to notice interaction. Real interaction. With weight. With consequence. With presence. Do not rush ahead. You are exactly where you need to be. We are not changing direction. We are going deeper. Because now, movement becomes interaction. And interaction is where many people freeze. But you will not. Imagine this moment. You stop walking. Not because you plan to. Because something calls your attention. A voice. A look. A question. There is no warning. There never is. Someone speaks to you. Not slowly. Not clearly. Just normally. Your mind does not panic. It listens. Not for words. For meaning. You don't catch everything. But you catch enough. Enough to respond. And response is all that interaction asks for. You reply. Short. Honest. Unforced. Your voice may not sound perfect. But it sounds present. Presence creates trust. The other person reacts. They continue. The exchange moves forward. And suddenly, you realize something important. You are inside the moment. Not watching it. Not analyzing it. Living it. This is the difference between practice and participation. Practice happens in isolation. Participation happens in real time. With real consequences. Your body adjusts. Your posture changes slightly. Your breathing stays calm. These are signs that your system is adapting. Language is not just mental. It is physical. You nod. You respond again. You don't search for better words. You use available ones. Available language is usable language. Here is a truth that may surprise you. Most conversations do not need precision. They need alignment. Being aligned matters more than being correct. You stay aligned by listening fully, not by planning your next sentence. Planning pulls you out. Listening keeps you in and notice how time behaves. It does not slow down. But it does not rush you either. It simply moves. And you move with it. This is what people mean when they say, "It just happened." They didn't mean magic. They meant absence of resistance. Resistance creates delay. Delay creates fear. Fear creates silence. You broke that chain. Now, a slightly longer interaction begins. Opinions appear. The topic shifts. You are invited to respond. Not demanded. Invited. You speak. Not to impress. Not to dominate. To contribute. Contribution is the heart of communication. You may simplify. That's fine. You may pause. That's fine. You may adjust mid-sentence. That's fine. None of these stop communication. They shape it. Something important happens here. You stop measuring yourself against an invisible standard. You measure yourself by connection. And connection is happening. After the interaction ends, you don't replay it. You don't correct it. You let it rest. This is healthy. This is how language settles. Reflection is useful. Rumination is not. You are learning the difference. As the day continues, interactions stack. Small. Medium. Brief. Each one leaves a trace. Not stress. Familiarity. Familiarity grows quietly. It does not announce itself. One day, you notice calm where there used to be tension. That is how you know. You are no longer asking, "What should I say?" You are asking, "What is happening?" And that question keeps you present. In the next part, we will introduce pressure. Not artificial pressure. Real pressure. Unexpected questions. Conflicting views. Moments that require grounding. Do not worry. You will not be unprepared. You will be present. And presence is preparation. Nothing changes suddenly. But something becomes heavier. This is where most people step back. You will not. Pressure does not announce itself. It arrives quietly. A question that stays open. A look that waits. A pause that feels longer than expected. Someone asks you something. Not small. Not casual. Something that needs explanation. You feel it in your chest. A familiar sensation. But it does not take over. You do not rush. You do not fill the silence. You allow space. Space is not weakness. Space is stability. You begin to answer. Slowly. Not because you are unsure. Because you are choosing clarity. Your sentence may not be elegant. But it is anchored. Anchored language carries weight. The other person listens. Really listens. Because your tone is calm, your pace is steady. Your presence is solid. Here is a truth few people realize. Pressure tests presence, not vocabulary. And presence is what you have been building. The conversation continues. Someone disagrees. Not aggressively. But clearly. A different perspective appears. This is where fear used to live. You feel the urge to defend yourself quickly. You don't follow it. You listen fully. Listening under pressure is strength. You respond. Not to win. To clarify. Clarification keeps conversations alive. You say what you mean with the language you have. Not more. Not less. Enough. Notice something important. Your body stays relaxed. Your breath stays even. Your voice does not tighten. These signals matter. They tell others, this person is grounded. Grounded speakers are trusted speakers. Even when their language is simple. The moment passes. The tension dissolves. Not because you avoided it. Because you stayed with it. Afterward, you feel something different. Not relief. Confidence. Quiet confidence. The kind that does not need proof. Pressure no longer feels like a threat. It feels like information. Something to respond to. Not escape from. This is a turning point. You are no longer managing English. You are using it to manage situations. That is power. As the day moves on, you encounter more moments like this. Each one reinforces the same message. I can stay. Staying does not mean controlling. It means trusting yourself to adjust. Your responses become more natural. Not because they are perfect. Because they are timely. Timeliness is the secret of fluency. Not complexity. Let this sink in. You are not becoming fearless. You are becoming steady. Steadiness lasts longer than courage. In the next chapter, we will explore something deeper. Identity. How English begins to sound like you. Not borrowed. Not rehearsed. Yours. For now, acknowledge what you have done. You stayed present under pressure. That is rare. And that is real progress. Stay here. We are building something solid. You have moved through inner calm. You have moved through interaction. You have stayed grounded under pressure. Now, we move deeper. Identity is not built by vocabulary. It is not built by rules. It is built by your response to the world around you. Language becomes part of you when your voice begins to feel natural. Natural does not mean perfect. It means aligned. It means true. Take a moment. Notice how your body feels when you speak. Notice how your breath flows. Notice how your tongue moves. All these small details carry your voice. Your voice is not just sound. It is presence. It is character. It is the energy you bring. And you have been practicing this without realizing it. Now imagine yourself in a small conversation. Someone asks you, "How are you really?" Not the casual fine, but real curiosity. You answer naturally. Not rehearsed. Not corrected. Just yours. Your words may be simple, but your tone is precise. You are conveying meaning without forcing it. That is identity speaking. Notice the difference. Before, you may have hesitated. Now, you speak from your center. You are relaxed. You are present. You are listening and responding at the same time. Language feels less like a task and more like a companion. Your inner critic may appear. It may whisper, "Are you saying it right?" Let it speak. Then gently return to your voice. Your voice does not need permission from fear. This is a turning point. When you speak this way, people listen differently. Not because your words are perfect, because your presence is authentic. Authenticity matters more than vocabulary. Let's try an exercise. Imagine a situation: you meet someone new. They ask something unexpected. Do not plan. Do not translate. Do not pause. Just respond naturally. Notice what your voice does. Notice how your tone adjusts. Notice how your body follows. Every conversation reinforces your identity in English. You are not copying. You are becoming yourself. This is what fluent speakers do. They do not mimic. They inhabit language. They carry it through their personality. Your voice carries you through misunderstandings, through pauses, through unknown words. It adapts without losing authenticity. Identity is flexible, but voice is consistent. Your voice remains yours even as situations change. The next part will expand this further. From inner identity to outward expression. You will start using English not only to speak but to influence, connect, and resonate. Stay here. Notice the subtle power of your own words. You have found your natural voice. You have felt its presence. You have allowed it to settle within you. Now, it is time to test it. Not in a classroom. Not in controlled practice. Real life is where identity shines. Imagine a street, a cafe, a workplace. Voices overlap. People move. Questions arise. Situations shift. You are not translating. You are not preparing. You are responding. Someone asks your opinion. Not politely. Not clearly. Unexpected. Real. Your inner voice may say, "Wait. Did I prepare for this?" You smile quietly. An answer. Short. Direct. Authentic. Notice something crucial. Your choice of words is less important than your delivery. Your tone, rhythm, and confidence carry meaning further than grammar ever could. Pause for a moment. Breathe. The other person reacts. Perhaps surprised. Perhaps engaged. Perhaps confused. Does it matter? No. You are participating. You are present. Another situation appears. Someone challenges you. A disagreement, a correction, a difference of opinion. You do not shrink. You do not argue aggressively. You respond with clarity. You stay grounded. Your voice resonates. Language begins to feel like an extension of you. It is not borrowed. It is not rehearsed. It is yours. Every hesitation now is natural. Every pause intentional. Every reaction genuine. Think about your body. Posture relaxed. Hands open. Eyes engaged. Breathing steady. All these signals communicate confidence even before words do. Here is a truth: your voice grows through interaction, not through memorization. The more you participate, the more authentic your English becomes. Small moments matter. A question in line. A brief chat with a stranger. A request from a colleague. Every interaction reinforces presence. Every conversation reinforces identity. You may notice fear creeping back. That is normal. Do not fight it. Observe it. And continue speaking. The presence you are cultivating does not disappear because of fear. Let's reflect. You are not fluent yet. And that is irrelevant. You are aligned. You are connected. You are present. And presence is stronger than fluency. Another interaction. This time, slightly longer. Someone asks you to explain something. Unexpected. You pause. You gather your words. You respond calmly. You do not rush. You do not overthink. That is mastery. Notice your confidence. It is quiet. It does not boast. It does not demand approval. It simply exists. Now imagine these moments stacking. Every small interaction teaches your mind and body how to inhabit English naturally. We are laying the foundation for the next level. Identity in English is not about knowledge. It is about integration. Integration into your daily life. Integration into your presence. In the next part, Part C, we will explore expressing emotion, humor, and subtlety in English. This is where language becomes fully yours. Where English begins to sound like you, you have practiced presence. You have stabilized your voice in real interactions. You have stayed grounded under pressure. Now, we explore refinement. Language is not just words. It carries emotion. It carries humor. It carries subtlety. And all of this is now accessible to you. Imagine a conversation. Someone tells a story. Not simple. Not slow. Full of twists and personal color. You don't just translate. You feel it. You react naturally. You respond with empathy. Empathy in English is subtle. It is not taught in textbooks. It is absorbed through presence. A moment of humor arises. You hear a joke. Or something ironic. Your response is immediate. You smile. You laugh. You make a small comment. No translation needed. No hesitation. Notice how effortless it feels. This is your voice emerging. Not rehearsed. Not borrowed. Not artificial. It is authentic. Emotion is expressed in tone. Tone carries meaning even before the words are formed. When you laugh, smile, or pause, people sense it. They feel it. They respond. Subtlety is the art of underspeaking. You do not exaggerate. You do not over-explaining. You hint, suggest, and leave space. This space invites others to engage naturally. Imagine a longer interaction. Someone challenges an idea. You do not defend aggressively. You do not overcorrect. You respond with calm, gentle humor. Humor, when subtle, builds connection, not attention, not showmanship, just connection. Notice your comfort. Your voice adapts. Your body remains relaxed. Your presence is undeniable. Even mistakes now have texture. You may mispronounce. You may choose a word slightly off. It does not matter, because presence and subtlety carry more weight than perfection. Integration is complete when your sentences flow without mental translation. Your pauses feel intentional. Your reactions convey personality. Your humor and emotion emerge naturally. Take a moment to reflect. You are not learning English anymore. You are inhabiting it. It moves with you. It adapts to you. It reflects your personality. The next step will extend this. We will explore storytelling, influence, and narrative voice. Your English will start carrying stories, moods, and identity effortlessly. Stay present. Observe your body. Notice your voice. Notice your rhythm. You are inside English. English is inside you. Chapter 3 is nearing completion. You have found your natural voice, white heavy check mark. Applied it in real interactions, white heavy check mark. Learned subtlety, humor, and emotion, white heavy check mark. In Part D, we finalize this chapter. Storytelling becomes personal. English merges fully with identity. You are no longer a learner. You are a participant, a communicator, a storyteller. You have found your voice. You have used it in real situations. You have expressed emotion, humor, and subtlety. Now, we integrate everything. Storytelling is the final step. Stories are not just words. They are meaning, personality, and voice woven together. When you tell a story in English, you are no longer translating. You are inhabiting the language. Imagine yourself sharing an experience. Not rehearsed. Not memorized. Completely spontaneous. You describe a moment from your life. A memory. A thought. An observation. You notice your voice carries rhythm, tone, and energy naturally. Your audience, real or imagined, connects. Not because your grammar is perfect. Not because your vocabulary is vast. Because your presence, personality, and timing are authentic. Subtlety matters here. You do not over-explain. You leave pauses for effect. You let listeners imagine. Humor arises naturally. Emotion arises naturally. Even tension has texture. Language begins to feel alive. You are no longer a learner. You are a storyteller, a communicator, a participant. Your identity in English solidifies. Your pauses reflect your thinking style. Your jokes reflect your humor. Your tone reflects your personality. Your reactions reflect your presence. Everything is integrated. Let's practice a scenario. Someone asks, "What is something you learned recently?" You answer with a short story. You include emotion, reflection, personal detail, humor. You do not force vocabulary. You do not plan. You simply narrate. Notice how natural it feels. Every word is connected to your experience. Every pause adds weight. Every gesture complements your words. Mistakes may happen. You may hesitate. You may choose a word that isn't exact. It doesn't matter. Your identity carries the story. Your voice leads it. Your presence anchors it. Storytelling is power, not dominance, not display. Power of connection. And this is where English becomes part of who you are. From here, every interaction is a story. Every conversation, every comment, every response is an opportunity to practice identity. You are no longer reciting. You are creating. You are participating. You are fully present. Take a deep breath. Notice the confidence inside you. Quiet. Solid. Unshakable. This is not bravado. It is internal mastery. Chapter 3 ends here. You have found your natural voice, white heavy check mark. Used it in real-life interactions, white heavy check mark. Expressed emotion, humor, and subtlety, white heavy check mark. Integrated storytelling and personality, white heavy check mark. You are not a student anymore. You are a participant in English. Stay here for a moment. Let this integration settle. Your English is now you. Your thoughts, your personality, your energy flow through it. In the next chapter, we will expand beyond identity. Influence. Conversation mastery. Living English in complex environments. Remember, mastery is not speed. Mastery is alignment. Alignment between mind, body, voice, and presence. My name is Alex. You are inside English Flow Podcast.